Yo, what is going on, you extremely silly Celebi? Snorlax VMAX. This deck is super sick, and it comes to us from Pedro Torres, so big shout out to Pedro for the list. The deck is super sick. I had so much fun playing this on my stream the other day, twitch.tv/AzulGG. I stream every single day except Tuesdays, so go check out the stream, give it a follow. Yeah, every day except Tuesday, usually starting around 2 or 3 p.m. Eastern. You guys are missing a ton of cool, fun, interesting PTCGO content over there. I also play all my tournaments on stream as well, so if you want to catch me in some tournament, a little bit more try-hard gameplay, you know, check out me playing in the tournaments, which I stream almost every day. I play in like a tournament almost every day I stream, so yeah, check out the stream. First link in the description. Give it a click, give it a follow. Let's get back to the list. Snorlax VMAX is our only attacker. Now, we only play a 2-2 of it, but we only play a 2-2 because once we set up one of them, it never gets knocked out, or that's the plan anyways, because we play 4 Cheryl, and Mewtwo to recover Cheryl, and Palpat to recover more Cheryls, and if we need to, Snack Search to recover more Cheryls. And now, obviously, there's only 4 triple acceleration energy in here. This is all we play to attack with our Snorlax, but that's fine, because a lot of matchups, we actually only need 4 triple acceleration energy up against, like, VMAX decks. You know, if we're up against a turn-test VMAX, we attack 2 turn-test VMAX, 2 times, and that's 4 attacks, and then they're both knocked out on that 6 prize cards. So like stuff like that, we actually usually only need 4 triple acceleration energy, and the way we can consistently find them is we play that Pidgeotto engine in here. We play at 4/4 Pidgeotto. We got 4 level ball, 2 calm, 2 evolution incense, and 4 quick ball. So a ton of Pokemon search to get these birds set up, get us drawing some cards. And then we also play a couple Snorlax for the early game. No Dedenne, no Crobat. We're not trying to give up those kind of prize cards to our opponent too easily, because we have a lot of dead turns in the middle of games where if our opponent's just sitting there and bossing over and over and drawing extra prize cards, it could really make a big difference. So no Dedenne, no Crobat. We do play the Snorlax, like I said, a couple Snorlax in here to help us get that early game going. A Zigzagoon in here to help us KO stuff like Zacian. Also a couple other situations have come up with it as well. Nothing I can remember off the top of my head, but Zigzagoon's pretty nice to have around. There's a Mew in here as well to protect our bench from Rapid Strike, Tag Mold, Cramorant, whatever. We want them to be hitting our Snorlax because then we want to Cheryl it and basically waste their turn. Then Mewtwo in here to recover whatever supporter we might need. We got a Bird Keeper in here. We need to move around. Boss, Cheryl, Morning. The 4/4 birds, like I mentioned, and then we have the Munchlax in here to help us recover stuff. We can get in situations where we do need more than 4 triple acceleration energy. There are matchups where we do need more than 4 triple acceleration energy. So in those matchups, we do need to use Munchlax. Hopefully, he can find the snacks for us to help us get back into the game and get ahead and get to where we need to be to get some dubs. But yeah, that's the list. Like I said, the deck has been extremely fun. I love it. Tons of fun. Super excited to show it off to you guys here today and just kind of play some more games with it myself, to be honest. So I don't see any reason that we don't go ahead and get in some games. So let's do it. All right, we're getting into our first one, and we do like to go first. We don't play a whole ton of draw supporters in this deck, so we're usually kind of living off that Snorlax, which we did open with to get our draw power going early. Hopefully we top like some kind of cards to get a Pidgey, because we do have the double. Nice, there we go, level ball. Grab ourselves that Pidgey, and I guess I will bench Mew. We are up against Victini, which sometimes plays the what do they sometimes Cramorant, but sometimes not. This is a little bit of a scary of a matchup, to be honest, because they do play Heatran GX, which can do theoretically infinite damage, which is kind of scary. So in this matchup, we kind of want to set up a second Snorlax and be like, okay, they knocked out our first Snorlax, now we have a Snorlax to respond, knock out that Heatran, because we can one-hit KO Heatran just fine. But yeah, they can get a lot of energy in play and then be like, okay, Heatran, and we're like, oh, that kind of stinks. We do play 2 Power Plants, so that can also shut down Heatran. So depending on the situation of the game, it might not be that bad. But yeah, Mew's probably safest to have in play. We don't know if they play Cramorant or not, so just protect against it for the potential of the map. And we do have a lot of birds in the hand, but my opponent does have a pretty big hand, so I'm kind of debating here between the Bird Keeper and the Marnie. Also, our active might not get KO'd here, which in that case will probably definitely Marnie, but I guess it could be Bird Keeper to the doll. But we'll wait and see what my opponent does. I do want to see as many cards as possible, and I do want to evolve this as soon as possible, because I don't want it to get KO'd. I mean, we do have that 270 HP because we did get that early buff padding, but Victini does sometimes play like a Tool Jammer or a Tool Scrapper, and Victini VMAX does hit for 220 damage, so they would KO my Snorlax, which would kind of stink. So we don't want that to happen. And I didn't really talk about the Lily's Pokédolls in the intro, but the Lily's Pokédolls are super strong in this deck because they allow us to like fill up our bench, but not bench lock ourselves, because we can always switch into them and like kind of put them away. and make the bench space, give ourselves the bench space to work with again. So they're really good at doing that to allow us to get into like Mewtwo or Zigzagoon, like fill our bench, a hit, and then like put the doll under and kind of go from there. So my opponent did not have that good of a start. Makes me want a bird keeper because I have, once again, so many birds in hand, and I can switch out now, or I'll probably go with the doll play here. I'm gonna bird keeper to the doll, just see what we draw. Got a bird. See what the bird gives me. Quick ball, definitely taking that. Probably gonna, the switches are super nice to have around as mobility cards later on, so we'll probably give up a Munchlax here. We don't know if the second one is in the deck. It is, that's great. And we have our Ordinary Rod as well. Grab a Pidgey. We didn't get to get the evolution here, but I don't think it's the biggest of deals yet. Go ahead and get rid of this Hearth. They don't have like a ton of cards in hand, and we have so many Pidgeys in hand. This is really why I want to hold on to the hand. And I could go under and Snorlax for one. Or I could just let them KO the doll, to be honest. And I think in this situation, I'm just going to let them KO the doll if they want to KO the doll. In this matchup, I don't think we really need a bench space to work with besides for that Mewtwo at some point, maybe. But we also have 3 scoop up nets, so we can make bench space ourselves. We can make ourselves some bench space. So, and we'll probably just go send up Snorlax, evolve Marnie next turn. And once again, we're just looking for the VMAX. We're just trying to protect our V. Once we get that out, everything gets so much easier and so much like better. Before that, everything is a little bit scary. I'm not gonna lie, everything is a little bit scary. But once we get there, everything is just fine, and we're usually just chilling. I could also just like send up the Snorlax, to be honest, and be like, okay, we'll get the VMAX. But they're probably gonna hit us with the V here. So hitting into their, I mean, knocking out the V could be nice, to be honest. Like knocking out their V could be nice. It's like not essential. I don't know. I'll think about it. I could not getting the energy out of play is the biggest thing. Once again, to play around Heatran, which is like why I want to get my second Snorlax down. If it's even in the deck, to be honest. I don't even know if it's in the deck. So we'll probably ship Snorlax, bench Pidgeotto, and then play Marnie. And then if we get the net plus the evolution plus the energy plus enough bench Pokemon, we'll go ahead and knock out the Victini probably. It looks like they just calmed and grabbed Eldegoss. Another Victini making its way into play. So the whole squad lining up here. Go ahead and send up a Snorlax. Yeah, I guess if we get the net as well, like the 2 switch are going to the bottom of the deck, which is not great for like trying to set up for trying to get this thing out of the active, but should be fine. Marnieing them isn't really that good here, to be honest. Like I just want to see more cards myself. I'll be able to see the cards on the bottom of my deck. I don't know if I like that or dislike that. If I do want another Pidgey, we could start with the Airmails, to be honest. I don't want to shuffle those other cards from the bottom to the top. Okay, there's Calm. That gets us the VMAX. And then here is another Power Plant. I think I'll take the Power Plant here for the future. So we get the VMAX. Go ahead and get that. Calm this away. Grab ourselves that VMAX. And we can check here. We have a V, no VMAX. But we do have the Ordinary Rod. So if we ever think our VMAX is going to get knocked out, we can go bench the V, you know, try and get the Ordinary Rod to the hand. Kind of build from there. We did prize a Pidgey line. It's not that big of a deal. I should have checked, and I will try and check on my next search. I keep, like, I was reminding myself in my head to check how many energy do I have prized. That's a big deal. There's one into the hand. Another level ball for another Pidgeotto is great. So looking good so far. Let's see what our opponents got going on though on this turn. I'm sure they would love to start bossing and knocking out my birds. As long as they see what's kind of going on here, that should be their game plan, is to start knocking out birds. But we'll see if they pick up on what's going on here. It looks like they're just running to Volcanion. Here comes a Flare Starter. So they're playing it slow. So they have a lot of energy in play. Once again, like I said, Heatran is a threat. Heatran's a big threat. So I'm going to go ahead and thin out the deck first. Grab myself this bird. Want to try and find ourselves Quick Ball to probably bench another Snorlax here, to be honest. Because we got the buff padding for it as well. So it'd be in a really good spot. There's the Quick Ball. That's perfect to help play around that Heatran play. Which I'm pretty scared of, to be honest. I'm kind of scared of the Heatran play. Grab the Cheryl. I do need a Quick Ball target. I guess the Quick Ball target would become the Snorlax, actually. Yeah, we can just Quick Ball the Snorlax. That'd be fine. Another Airmail here. Have the Marnie for the future. Could have already like done the whole Quick Ball play, I guess. I didn't need to like wait. Ball Snorlax. Grab myself. And because we have the buff padding, it is safe from getting boss knocked out. But like I said, I am scared of just kind of losing to, or not losing, but having this thing, letting this thing get KO'd by that Heatran. It can happen. Okay, that's a perfect prize card there, actually. Once again, forgot to check how many triples are prized. I know I have 2 in hand, but I could have more prize. I should really check that. Someone remind me, please. But if we have 3, we can go hit, knockout. We have second VMAX to work with as well, which can be a big deal in allowing us to like let this one get knocked out. Actually, we usually don't want them to get knocked out, but because of having the backup one, it's like not that big of a deal, to be honest. Take the quick ball. I don't have anything to quick ball away unless I want to quick ball away the Marnie, but I really don't. I'm going to try and be as aggressive as possible with thinning stuff out here. I'm going to grab the Ordinary Rod because I think it gives us the most options. Rail again. Another triple, so I'm just going to go ahead and grab that. And then we got the Evolve, we got the Cheryl, we got the Attach, the Attack. So Cheryl, and this is what it's all about right here for this deck. Boom, Cheryl, healed, Attach active, VMAX fall 210. This is literally what the whole deck is about. The deck is so cool. I keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. Super sick deck. I love playing this deck. Not the new broken BDIF, but it doesn't have to be to have some fun, right? So, boom, we get hit. Now we really want to decide on... We got to figure out if we have that triple prize or not. So I think this gives us the best options because we could go boss KO this into boss KO this. But it's only if we have the last triple in the deck do I maybe want to do that. So I'm going to grab this. I'm going to quick ball this away because I don't think there's any evolutions to grab off this. I could be incorrect, but I'm pretty sure I'm correct. Last triple is in the deck. Let's go ahead and grab... I just want to make sure. Grab that. Airmail again. There's the triple. Got the boss play. So let's go for it. Let's go for the dub. Do I want to boss this one first? No, because this one could evolve. Well, let's check. Have they added VMAXs? No. All right. Boss this. Check the discard pile. Okay. Attach here. Go ahead and Palpad the Cheryl. And the boss. Doesn't make sense because we want to be able to Mewtwo for the boss. A VMAX fall knockout. So we're boss triple away from knocking this thing out. This is what I was saying. A lot of games, we only need 4 triples. We can come up with some kind of route to victory through 4 triples. And if we end up with like a triple short because it's in the last 3 prize cards, like in this scenario, or, you know, we had to just like use an extra one in an awkward scenario, whatever it might be, we have the Munchlax to rely on. We could have Cheryled here for like 5, 6 turns in a row, waiting to get 1 heads for a snack search to get the triple back. And we'd be in a incredibly good spot still. Here comes the max victory. It looks like the power plant did an insane work in this game. I don't know if their hand has access to the Dedenne or has a Dedenne in there, but I would assume they have something over this many turns. And I'm assuming power plant has played a part in shutting my opponent down here. But now simple as Mewtwo, boss on top, airmail into the boss, and then triple boss, get those last 3 prize cards and get a dub over the Victini VMAX, which can be a little bit of a scary matchup if they go first and get like a turn 2 swing on our Snorlax. But early buff padding, got the evolution out just in time, or with plenty of time, and we get a pretty clean dub over the Victini. Let's see how it goes in the next. All right, let's get it. Another one. Winning the coin flip. Let's go first. It just feels so much better to go first. And there's a decent amount of matchups. All right, pretty good hand. No Snorlax, but to be honest, we don't always need a Snorlax on the first turn. As long as we have the buff padding to put on it, and if we put it out a turn late is really the important thing, to be honest. Cramorant's around, so we gotta throw the whole squad down. And I'm thinking about burning a switch. Let's check triples this game around. The 2-2 Snorlaxes there. We did prize one of our big birds. Did prize a triple. Gotta make note of that. A couple power plants here. The stamp is here. Okay. Grab the bird. I think I am gonna burn the switch to draw the extra card off the Gourmandize here. Definitely want to hold on to this because we don't know what we're up against. It doesn't seem like it might be that big of a deal, to be honest, to hold on to this, but better safe than sorry. So I'm gonna go ahead and hold on to it. The draw, not gonna lie, not very good. We did not draw a whole ton of really good cards. Memory capsule. Memory capsule capture energy. Am I playing against Cramorant control? I think I might be up against a Cramorant control deck here, if I had to guess. We do have Munchlax though, so we do have infinite resources. It also might just be Porygon Cramorant with capsule energy or memory capsule to be able to use Spit Shot over and over again. I've heard it talks of a weird Cramorant control deck where you do this and then you beat catch and then they hit you and then you use what's it called, Cheryl, and then you beat catch through memory capsule. But they might not be going that route. But we'll see. Maybe they are. All right, we get to use Gourmandize again, which is huge. So I'm very thankful that my opponent did not have everything they needed here. Did not have they're not playing Welder, basically. At first I was assuming they were playing a Welder deck because they got the Cramorant. I was like, okay, they're gonna Welder Cram. Okay, we get knocked out. That kind of stinks. But they're not, so that's good. Pidgey top deck is great. We're gonna start with that airmail now. Not a lot of options here. All right, we'll take the Pidgey. Gonna go ahead and come back in the Munchlax. Grab ourselves the Snorlax. Now I'm kind of scared of a boss play from my opponent, to be honest. So we're really just hoping that doesn't happen, I think is what we have to do. Go ahead and boss up this thing as well. And Gourmandize for 3 should be sufficient. I don't really need to burn any more cards, I don't think, to try and do some more stuff. Okay, that's a pretty good draw there. The Marnie to help us draw some more cards. Get to put this U-turn board in play. Probably put it on our Mew, because I'm sure that's something they might want to focus down to get access to be able to use Spit Shot. Of course, it's only if they play boss. A lot of these Cramorant decks don't play boss because just kind of don't need it. Usually like the Spit Shot's good enough. But Mew's been super popular lately, so maybe they start to add it in, and we'll see here. I'm sure my opponent would, if they could have taken like everything they need to get like a boss play off, would. So if they play boss, they probably have it. If not, then we're probably fine. Another thing about this matchup, though, is they can one-hit KO our Snorlax. They do need a lot of energy, and they still need to get enough heads, but they can. So I guess as far as bad matchups go, this is probably one of them. This is probably a bad matchup if I had to guess. So we definitely want to get out another Snorlax as soon as possible. So we want to get another Snorlax to be onto the bench, get it ready to go, because we're maybe going to need it. I don't want to have to need it. There's a Marnie for my opponent, which I had the triple, but I didn't have the VMAX. So this is actually a pretty good Marnie for us. Helps us dig deeper through our deck. So we didn't really have anything that we needed. Still not a great draw, I'm not going to lie. But we do have a Snorlax, so we can recover with that. Yeah, here comes more energy. Yeah, this is getting kind of scary, to be honest. They can, yeah. This is probably a bad matchup. If we have a bad matchup out there, this is probably it. We have time to set up, though. Once again, like I said, they probably don't play boss, so we have time to kind of take advantage of that. Here come the flips. They only need 2 heads. Why not get 4? I was like, they're not going to reflip, are they? No reflip. Take their knockout. All right. Munchlax has that free retreat. Another reason this card is so good in here, or so good in general. That free retreat. Oof. A little bit of a slow hand. Okay, quick ball for sure, but what do we quick ball away? Probably the doll, to be honest. Yeah, they're gonna have to be fine with that. And I have the buff Patty in hand, which makes me want to get the Snorlax out, to be honest. So I'm gonna go with that instead of the Pidgey. Maybe that's not correct, though. The draw power is so important. Unless we draw another card out of the hand, though, by putting it down, so that kind of makes up for not being able to draw the card on the next turn. Maybe. I'm saying maybe because I'm not confident I'm doing this correctly, but it seems okay. All right, so we get some more Pidgeys, some more birds. All right, it's looking good. I guess we really only have bench space for 2 birds right now anyways, until I find like a scoop up net. So I think this was fine. I think this was a fine way to go about it. We'll see if I get punished or whatever as the game continues, but it feels fine overall. I'm not excited for the turns coming up, though, because they're gonna have so many energy. It's really gonna come down to these flips. And if they get some big knockouts or not. All right, our draw is a level ball. So we want to thin out the deck as much as possible, like with these kind of plays, as aggressively as well. So I can probably grab the Munchlax. And then quick ball it away. I do have the Ordinary Rod, or I do not. I do not have the Ordinary Rod, so maybe I don't want to get rid of a Munchlax. Zigzagoon probably won't matter, not that I can think of, but I'll go ahead and hold on to it anyways. We do have a Pidgeotto prized. So I could grab Pidgey, quick ball away Pidgey, I guess. No, I don't really want to do that. Let's grab Munchlax, quick ball away Munchlax. Grab a Pidgey. We might be able to like net the Munchlax and then be able to use that as our space. There's a power plant that could be big. The Calm is also really good to help us find another VMAX, but I think this might be a bigger deal here. So I'm gonna go ahead and go with like this. We got the Evolve, power plant, and here we go. Attach. Retreat. How many energy do they have in their hand that they've been kind of waiting on to use here? It could be quite a bit. They could have quite a few triples or whatever stocked up in that hand, ready to throw down. Getting rid of their Glimwood Tangle can be a huge deal and preventing them from doing too much damage this turn, like getting those reflips and getting super far ahead. So it's a big deal that we got the power plant, I think, for sure. The Calm, like I said, was also pretty good. Oh no, here we go. A triple is out. One triple. Evolution Incense. Okay, I'm not scared of that. Not too scared, anyways. It seems like it could be a little bit scary, to be honest. Second Cramorant VMAX coming out. That's fine. That's fine. There it is. As long as they don't get the one-hit KO, that's all we care about. Just them not getting the one-hit KO. And then I guess we do need to like do something on our turn as well. Yeah, I do need to do something on my turn. And we are down a switch. We do have a Brickkeeper and a switch left. So if I just want to like move this out to maybe the Munchlax to try and just recover a triple, or maybe one of the Pidgeottos for a turn, that would be fine. I don't want to run to the Mew. Although in this current situation, running to the Mew wouldn't be terrible because my opponent just doesn't have bench space for a Cramorant. And I think they just discarded one as well. So if they do discard their other Cramorant, I can definitely run to Mew and be fine. Oh, they do play boss. I don't know when these got discarded. Was that this turn? They just got discarded. So my opponent does play boss. Confirmed. They play boss. They're digging deep for this one-hit KO, though. They're going all out to try and KO my Snorlax VMAX. I don't even... How many heads do they need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I think 6 heads. Maybe miscounted. Let's pretend it's 6. Another triple. So they got 9, 10, 11 energy. They need to beat the odds then if they need 6. If they need 5 and I miscounted, then... Well, they got 7. Goodbye, Snorlax. Oh my goodness. Unfortunate for us. We can knock this out this turn. I think we're going to have to get a little bit lucky to make that happen, to be honest. But it is possible. Send up the Munchlax. They only have 1 prize card left, though. Oh my gosh. Okay, we got the VMAX. That's huge. Gonna grab a Cheryl to work with so we can continuously just kind of Cheryl to keep our Snorlax alive. They're down 2 boss, and I feel like they probably only play 2 boss. No triple, which is not good. We got a level ball, though. Gonna keep thinning out the deck here. Although I am shuffling the cards that were on the bottom of the deck back into the deck, so this might be just kind of incorrect to play it this way, to be honest. Because now all those cards that I was stacking on the bottom now got shuffled in, so... maybe a mistake. All right, snack search. Let's get a heads. No snacks to be found. It's okay. They won't want to KO us this time, right? Maybe look at the bad side of the RNG this time around. Not get the one to KO. They are down 2 triples now. Oh, but now they got the Glimwood Tangle. We do have another power plant left, so we can replace this one. And usually they only play like 2 Glimwood, but here comes a lot more energy. Double powerful energy too. So they're doing plus 40 and a triple, and they get to reflip. I think we're cooked here. I think we found one of Snorlax VMAX's worst matchups. Oh man, starting off bad. We're getting better. 4, that's not enough. Gonna have to go with a reflip. Here we go. Okay. Love to see it. Oh no, they're bringing it back. Perfect. Cheryl takes over. They lose the triple. If we can knock this thing out, I think we're in a pretty good spot. Take this Calm or Scoop Up Net. Probably the Scoop Up Net. We need to find a triple, though. And my misplay on the last turn maybe is going to make it hard to do that. At the replacement stadium, that can help. There's the triple, though. I think we're in business now. We should be in a good spot. I'm feeling like we're in a good spot. Got the power plant. Now, we did prize a triple, if I remember correctly. I think we prized a triple acceleration energy. So we only have 1 left in deck, and there's 1 prized. Let's see if we can get it here off the prize cards. That's Cheryl. Cheryls don't hurt. Cheryls can just... Another Cheryl. Cheryls can just, like, buy us time while we use Snack Search as well. So that's kind of another part of the deck. And we can still swing. We can attack again. We got rid of a ton of their energy. Some of them were recycle energy, though, so they get those back. They have a triple left, a powerful left, probably 2 captures left, and then 4 recycle. So they have enough to get enough heads, but they would have to get pretty lucky, to be honest. At this point, they would have to flip pretty fortunate. And usually, there's only 2 Glimwood Tangles in these builds of Cramorant as well. Ooh, but there's a Marnie. We lose all of our Cheryl here. We have 1 in here, and then now all the ones are going back to the deck. So we need to shuffle the deck, ideally, before we go to look through it. Don't have that option right now. Uh-oh. We could just lose on that. We do have Scoop Up Nets, though, so we could Scoop Up Net, get a way to get Mewtwo. Mewtwo put the Cheryl on top. And set up for the next turn. But ideally, we want to shuffle this deck. Hopefully, we top deck something to shuffle the deck. That's what we're hoping for here. Because all of our Cheryls are on the bottom. I know we had a pretty big hand. Bottom, like 8 cards, 9 cards, something. Bottom something cards. Yeah, all 4 recycle energy in play. I wonder if at this point we could just boss trap this. Let's see. They're down 1 air balloon here. Here comes a Dead Eye Change. Hey. All right. Yeah, I mean, they have 1 air balloon in there. Their hand, they were willing to give... Oh, my gosh. Well, that's going to do it, guys. I'll see you tomorrow.